When downloading torrents with software like BitTorrent, Views, or MuTorrent, you need an anonymous torrent solution to protect your IP address and personal identity. There are two major risks to downloading torrents unprotected. The first is that your service provider may throttle your internet or even suspend your account for exceeding their bandwidth limits. The second is that your activity may be monitored, and as such, your download habits can be traced directly to your personal IP address. In each of these cases, inadequate protection will cause you inconvenience. TorGuard Torrent Proxy tunnels your connection through a secure IP to protect your torrent downloads and ensure that they are no one else's business but yours. This tutorial will show how to quickly set up a TorGuard Torrent Proxy by two different methods. First, we'll review the Easy Setup tool, which adds the settings automatically, and then we will show how to accomplish the same thing manually. To begin, open your web browser and type in the direct URL shown here to navigate to the TorGuard Downloads page. Click the TorGuard Windows Apps link and download the TorGuard Torrent Proxy setup file. Once it downloads, run the exe file to begin installation. On the setup screen, be sure to agree to the terms of service and click Next until TorGuard Proxy setup has been installed. Afterward, you'll find the TorGuard Proxy icon on your desktop. Double-click it to run the program. To ensure your proxy settings take effect, be sure to exit out of any torrent client software. Enter your TorGuard username and password. This is the same login info you use on the TorGuard website. Then choose the proxy server you wish to connect to. The default will connect to the fastest possible server. Choose your torrent software, Deluge, MuTorrent, Views, or BitTorrent, and click Apply Settings. Your torrent client should now be configured to use TorGuard Proxy. Now we'll show you how to enter the same settings in your torrent client manually. For this example, we will use the MuTorrent client. Similar walkthroughs for other torrent clients can be found on the TorGuard.net knowledge base. Start the MuTorrent application. Click the Options tab. Now select Preferences, and then the Connection tab on the left. On the Connections menu, make sure the settings are similar to what you see here. Choose the type of proxy as TorGuard Default SOCKS 5. For the proxy field, use proxy.torguard.org. Change the port option to 1080 or 1085 or 1090. Some ISPs by default block port 1080, so you may need to change to one of the others. We'll use 1085 for this example. Click the Authentication checkbox. For username and password, be sure to use the same login info you use on the TorGuard site. Now check all of the following boxes. Use proxy for hostname lookups, use proxy for peer-to-peer connections, and then check everything under proxy privacy. Click Apply, then close your torrent client and restart it. You're now done with the manual setup and all of your settings are in effect. To ensure the proxy is working, open your web browser and head to checkmytorrentip.net. Download our IP display tool to your download queue. TorGuard's Check My Torrent IP tool is a torrent tracker that lets you download a private torrent file. Because no one other than you has this torrent and there are no seeders, this torrent will never download. So in effect, it always stays active and always reports your torrent client's IP address under the Tracker Status menu. Your TorGuard Torrent Proxy is now active, and all torrent traffic is being tunneled through secure servers. If you'd like to view our Chrome proxy setup tutorial or VPN guides, click one of the links below. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the protection of TorGuard Torrent Proxy.